First, this is an edit demo for your fast shutter speed project. So here I am in Library. These are all the pictures I imported. So I would hit Command A, create collection, name it shutter speed. And I already have that. So here's my shutter speed collection. And then I did get these from a student. I didn't take these, but I wanted to show you how to go through pictures that will look like yours. So that one's okay. So I'm gonna go through and rate them. This one's good, so I'm gonna make it a 5. I am looking for a good solid background. So this one's not good because I'm on the edge of the background and it's blurry. So I'm looking to make sure it's in focus, and I can click on it right here where it says 100. If I click on it, it'll zoom in and you can tell it's not really focused. So I'm looking for one that is perfectly focused and it has good lighting. See, when I zoom in, you can tell it's not focused. Nope, not focused. So I'm looking for one that has a really good focus. This one's okay, but not perfect. You can see how this is blurry. Better. So this is why we had to take a lot, because it's really hard to get one that's in focus. So this one is in focus. You can tell it's not blurry, so I'm gonna rate that one a 5. So first step is just to go through all of your pictures, and if you zoom in, I just click on it and click out, and I'm in Library. I'm looking for ones that are in good focus. Like these ones aren't good because they're overexposed. And then I'm gonna go to the slow ones. I'm gonna click this guy. So these ones, you want it to be blurry, and this one has a cool little double, like a little double. You can tell it's blurry, but the background's in focus. So first step is to go through, and I'm just looking for ones that have a good non-distracting background. This one's kind of cool with the blurry. I'm also looking, so I could easily make this one rule of third. I'm looking for the placement on the background. So once I select all my pictures, I'm gonna go to develop. And right here where it says filters off, I'm gonna go to rated, so I only see the ones that I rated, so I can pick my best ones from it. And mine is not working. There we go. Okay, so these are the rated ones. So these are the ones I already edited. I'm going to reset. So, things you need to edit. I need to crop it to a 5:7 to reduce background distractions. And I either want to use rule of thirds or put it in the middle. So either or, but don't put it in a weird spot. So I'm gonna click original, 5:7. And remember, rule of thirds, this little guy needs to be perfectly on a intersection like that. So I'm gonna hit close to apply my crop. Next, I'm gonna do my white balance. So I'm gonna click on my white balance eyedropper. I know that this is white. It's a little blue for me, so I'm gonna click and try another one. Looks about right. My clipping warnings are on. I'm gonna make my blacks darker. And so it's okay if I make the shadow completely black because it's not an important detail. So I'm gonna choose to do that to make sure this background goes black. And then I'm gonna pull my whites up. Red is bad, pull it down just a little. And like little teeny pieces of red are fine, just not big sections. And then I actually wanna make it a little darker. So I'm gonna pull my shadows down to make all of them a little darker. And then so you don't want to go opposite. Now I made it gray, that's bad. So I want to keep it white. I don't want to pull it down so it's gray and counteract the white point I just did. And then for things like this, clarity will actually do some really good things. We'll turn off this so you stop seeing it. But clarity really just adds contrast between the pixels. It's not actually making it clear. You can see like the noise popping out more. So I'm just gonna do a little bit. And then if you can see, it's really grainy, so I can go down to noise reduction, and I'm just gonna turn the luminance up, and you can see that it kind of just like softens all the little dots. I'm gonna turn the details. So you can mess with these and kind of figure out, so that's too blurry. That's not a good edit. But you can decide how much you want. Okay, let's go back and look what we have to do. White and black point, I did white balance, I did clarity. So the Magic Eraser Spot Healing Clone Stamp is something new that I'm going to show you. But I am going to reset this one. So this is a really great shot. Again, I didn't take it. It was one of the students. So you see our hands are cut off and we're the other direction. So first thing I'm going to do is crop it. And I'm going to make it a 5x7 because I need to. And I could do rule of thirds, or I could also pull it down so it's cropped this way. For the sake of the edit I want to do and teach you something, I'm going to do rule of thirds. So they are on the rule of thirds line, more or less, is as close as I can get them to it. Hit return. So this poster over here, I'm gonna get rid of it because it's distracting and isn't good. So this little guy looks like a Band-Aid. I'm gonna click on it. This is eraser. It technically erases things. This one's spot healing. It'll get rid of like little bumps and things. It picks pixels from around the area and kind of blends it. And Clone Stamp makes an exact copy. So let me try Clone Stamp. And then if I need to change the size of my brush, it's right here. You can also use bracket keys, big and small. I'm gonna make sure it's at 100. I'm gonna feather the edges a little bit so that it's not so obvious. And all I'm gonna do is drag over it. And this circle is where the pixels are coming from that it's copying. And then I see how I can move it around and it's like picking different colors. And then if I hit close, so I can see that circle, so that's not good. So I'm gonna hit reset. And I'm gonna try Spot Healing Brush instead because it kind of is not an exact copy, it blends more. So it's picking from over there, and if I hit close, look, I never knew it was there. So that is under Spot Healing. And if it looks bad, just hit reset and try again. Let's see. So something like this too, I could crop it to a 5x7, and I'm gonna try and get rid of all of this so I just have the dice. Now let's see how much I can get rid of. So I can get rid of most of this background, but I still have this hand here. So I'm gonna hit apply. I'm gonna go to my Spot Healing. Let's try erase this time. So again, I'm just dragging over it. And let's see what the AI does. So that is definitely not perfect. So I'm going to try again. I'm gonna reset it. And I'm gonna turn it down a little, and I'm gonna include the shadow in it and see how it does. Still not great. So I'm gonna reset again, and this time I will try Clone Stamp. So it's copying this over there, which is not gonna work for me. So let's try Spot Healing. And it's taking these pixels and putting them there. So I need to pick colors that are more similar to what needs to go there. Still not great, but you get the idea. You can try, or I could just Clone Stamp it out. And then once I'm done, I'm going to go to Library. I can hold Command on my keyboard to pick the ones I want. Hit export, name it shutter speed, hit export. I'm going to go to develop, before and after guy right here. Make sure you scroll up and this section is in your screenshot. So then I would screenshot this. And then I also go to print. And then make sure it's 5x5, and I would hit Command A. I don't have enough pictures, so I would need to go back to pick the pictures. So make sure you did all of your edit requirements right here and that they look nice. Happy editing.